And welcome back to the Constitutionals Podcast. I'm your host, Chad White. If you didn't know, this is the premier podcast for the website, cpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there. I came in too late. I was looking at something on LinkedIn. Nothing important. I just saw, it's always so strange when you see a notification and you click on it and it's like, 5 people viewed your profile, see this full list with premium. And then I see the last person that looked at me and I go, why is this person looking at my profile? Who are you? Why are you from Boise looking at my profile? A student staff writer. I got nothing to offer you except bitterness and angriness. I also looking at who just looked at my profile. Somebody I used to work with at CNN. Looks like they're doing another round of layoffs over there. It seems to me, because now this person has open to work. How come we can't open things in incognito windows sometimes with LinkedIn? Sometimes I don't want the person to know that I clicked on their profile. Just saying. LinkedIn logs 37. I'm your host, Chad White. If you didn't know, this is the Jobs Podcast for the website, cpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there. It is raining outside. I have the balcony door open, not a porch. Porches have to touch the ground. As we all know, that's the rules of porches. Porches touch ground. There's no wood on the floor. Porches touch ground. Balconies touch air. Touch air. Oh my gosh, welcome in. How are we doing? Let's see. I just completed this is very funny. Sometimes when you are a freelance worker and you're over there doing freelance work and you sign up for anything, you have to realize there are how many freelance workers are there? How many freelance workers are in the U.S.? In the United States alone, there are 7. This comes from explodingtopics.com. And this is all people who have 1099, who are considered 1099 work. Okay, hold on. This is different. How many freelancers are in the USA? This comes from explodingtopics.com. This is from them. 76.4 million freelancers in the United States. That figure has grown year over year by at least 2 million since 2017. Now, Statista, they say of the 1099 workers between 2017 and 2023, there are about 36.6 million occasional independent workers in the United States, which is an increase from 15.8 million in 2020. Given that I know Statista more than I know whatever Exploding Topics is, because Exploding Topics just gives the numbers, and it doesn't seem like they give a and this is like according to surveys. Okay, I Statista is, I would say, a little bit more, because I've heard of Statista, but let's say there's roughly between 36 and 76. That's $40 million difference, person difference. So let's put a number out there, 50. Let's say there's 50 million 1099 workers in the United States or the world. I don't know. Who cares? You go to a website like Upwork or Fiverr and you try to do jobs. You try to submit proposals. I think I've submitted so many. I can't even put a number to it. I've submitted so many. I know how many jobs I've applied to in the past 3 months. Roughly over 100. A lot. I've applied to a lot. And I'm talking from stuff that I'm qualified for to retail stores. Truly. Anyway. And you get all those numbers. You get 50 million people all trying to do independent contract work. 1099 work. It is so difficult to stand out. You write a long, not cover letter, but a proposal on Upwork. You write a short proposal. You try to hit all the things, and it's just you're just up to the whim of the people. And I finally landed a contract that took me roughly 5 minutes to do. If you go on Upwork, which is a 1099 website. I guess not 1099 website. If you go on Upwork, and you'll just see a post. Here's a post that is from yesterday. It's from Portugal. The payment is verified, which is good, but the payer has no rating yet, and they've never spent any money. So this is the first thing they've ever posted on here. They're seeking a script writer for book summaries for a book summaries YouTube channel. Their budget is about $30, fixed price, intermediate. That person, no matter what, is always going to want somebody who's done 10 jobs here, 50 jobs here, as opposed to the person who is in the same boat as them, who just started, who can't get any 1099 contracts here at Upwork, who's probably reliable, aka me. Anyway, I got my first one. So there's a lot of small ones that people get started on, that you can just get easy 5 stars on. So I wrote a review for a local, not even a local Atlanta business, a local business somewhere. I don't want to get too specific because it might have been a lie. But that's what happens. That's what they do. And they pay you $5. And then you go, okay, time to find another one. Because there are other ones that post here a lot. This is basically this next one I'm looking at is a featured post. It's posted yesterday, which means that any amount of people could have seen it and that they've applied to it. They've sent their own proposals in. And also each proposal for each one is different. And it costs, you have like 100 proposals if you don't pay for Upwork. I think you could pay for it. But you have like 100 proposals and that you could send out. But each proposal for a job is a different amount. So if for this product reviewer one, let me see how much they are looking for. It costs 16 proposals. I have 69 connections left up top. I have 69 connections left, which is insane. But the job is a featured job. It's a fixed price of $1,200. Entry level says I'm looking for freelancers with the lowest rates. It's very funny. But the client is hiring 99 freelancers. So that means that they're gonna pay $8 per completed video is what they say, plus $8 for bonus work. That's a great entry level job, but they're never gonna look, in your direction, because there are so many other people that are doing the same thing. Again, between 36 and 74 million people. Let's just I think that 74 might be worldwide. So let's just pretend that's worldwide, that number. Because everybody can post from around the world on Upwork. It's a frustrating thing to go through, and I don't enjoy it because everybody thinks that they're special. And I'm not saying that the people who are sending out the proposals and connections, they think they're special. I'm saying people that post here. There's one I'm looking at right now that they want to do a call Friday evening or Saturday morning to discuss ways to improve their story. They're writing a 100-page post-apocalyptic comic, and they want to discuss in a small group or a one-on-one how they can make the story better. But that doesn't mean, that story is going to see the light of day. It's not going to get published anywhere. That's what Upwork is. It feels as though it's just there's so many different ways to work, but there's still too many people who are looking for the same type of job. There's a lot of, I will pay for a short 50-second mute videos of items sold on Amazon. There's a lot of hey, go to Amazon, buy our product, write a review, and then we'll reimburse you for the product. There's a lot of those. And yeah, I know I'm blowing up the spots of these things, but that's just how it is. A lot of people starting YouTube channels and going, we're going to make so much money off of this, and I'm looking to spend $10 for your input to write a 1,700-page script. $10 for 1,700 words? You kidding me? Not page, words. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people we need a copywriter. We're gonna pay you $12 for 1,200 words. Excuse me? I can knock out 1,200 words in 20 minutes, but it's not going to be good. And it might not all be English. English, do you speak it? So that's what I'm dealing with. I can't even touch that money. They paid me yesterday. I can't touch that money, that $5, until I get to $100 threshold, I believe, just to even pull that money out. Last year, I did do one Upwork gig. The guy, we should have kept it on Upwork, because he did make me pay taxes on the 3 things I did for him. Wasn't a fan. But he sent me a message. Let's just take this off Upwork, and then I can add you to the payroll of my company. I think in total I made $150. I'm almost positive. Also, I found I didn't find this, but I was reading a news story about LinkedIn or something, and there's a Reddit page. This is how much time it's a Reddit page. LinkedIn, what's it called? Reddit LinkedIn. What the heck is it called? Reddit LinkedIn. I'm just gonna type in Reddit LinkedIn. It is LinkedIn Lunatics, and it is everything I hate about LinkedIn. It's all these people posting insane, crazy things. Talking like here's one from I don't care about these people. Nathan Ruff, who posted on his LinkedIn. There's a picture of a woman walking down the aisle of a plane, typing away on her MacBook Air. I'm just trying to paint a picture of it. He writes, "I don't know this person," and then he does that thing where he puts paragraph indentation in between sentences, which I hate, which is a new internet thing I just genuinely dislike. Just write everything out. I don't know this person, indentation. But this is what I love, indentation. No matter the circumstance, committed to getting things done and doing your job. Oh God, that's gross. Like just now, I was on LinkedIn, and a woman. I just scrolled past this. It says, "When my job at Peloton was eliminated, I was 5 months pregnant and terrified." And I immediately just went, nope, going back to notifications. She has 5,000 likes. Honey, you're going to be fine. Trust me. You want to switch spots? Because I got something way worse than being pregnant and losing a job. But everybody's different. A lot of people. This subreddit is just filled with crazy posts and crazy people. It is truly, I, with my entire heart, hate LinkedIn, and I understand I need it, so I can work in the future. But man, and if you post to LinkedIn, if you post your little mental health journeys, I dislike you. All this BS about losing, you get like 20,000 likes. No, anyway. So there's that. Okay, so let's move on to 2 stories that I found over here on Wall Street Journal. I'm looking for stuff to talk about. This is from Sarah Krause and David Marsalis. What's on TV for many Americans, it's now YouTube. As we all know, television is linear, regular, traditional television is not a dying breed, but it is definitely an anomaly in a world full of streaming. And ever since, YouTube's ever since YouTube's inception, it has been, what Marsalis and Krause right here, ascendant. It is, especially, when it came to the ability to watch it on television, thanks to Roku and Apple TV and Chromecast devices and Fire TV, you can watch YouTube on the biggest screen in your home. Unless you're one of those people that's like, I don't own a TV, I watch everything on my laptop. Then you're disgusting and don't talk to me. Go on LinkedIn and write about your little mental health having a baby. So mean for no reason. But YouTube is a true powerhouse, especially when it comes to Generation Z. Those kids just love the people of that generation, rather, just love, because they're all mostly adults, love the stuff that comes from YouTube, and that's along the lines of Good Mythical Morning and Mr. Beast and the rest. I don't know what else is popular. The rest on YouTube and you know, I mean, you know, and to that vein, Twitch and TikTok and everything in between. Nearly 10% of the time Americans spent in front of TV screens last month was YouTube's flagship smart TV. I think it said screens. Flagship smart TV app, Nielsen data shows. A sign of continued transformation of the platform. Disney garnered 11.5% of total TV viewing time in the U.S. last month. That includes regular networks, linear, ABC, ESPN, and ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. TV viewing time in the United States last month, Disney retains its top position with 11.5%. The data, which Nielsen is expected to release today, for the first time, captures the full audience that entertainment companies reach across cable, broadcast, and streaming on people's television sets. The video app for YouTube is standing toe-to-toe with companies that own TV networks as well as streaming services. Traditional media and streaming behemoths collectively spend over $100 billion a year on programming, according to Ampere Analysis. And what's interesting about YouTube is that it's both ad-free and paid, $14 a month for YouTube Premium along with YouTube Music. I think if you have YouTube TV, they should include that in, but that'll become a monopoly, and then people will be mad, or the FCC will be mad. Thanks to things like the Sunday Ticket, thanks to ad spending, it has become what it is now, along with the likes of Mr. Beast and Mythical. Good Morning America. Good Mythical Morning. People who watch TV channels through services such as YouTube TV and Fubo TV are taken into account in the Nielsen data and credited to the owner of the channel, not to the platform on which the channel is watched. For example, Disney gets credited when someone uses YouTube TV to watch ESPN. It had 150 million people in the United States. More than 40% of the population watch YouTube on connected TV screens each month. It has benefited from new features that lets viewers shop or chat with one another while watching big events like the live stream of Coachella. YouTube incentivizes, unlike traditional media companies, the creation of content by sharing 55% of revenue from ads that run in creators' long-form content and 45% of revenue from ads on the short-form videos. That's why you often see people doing a 20-minute review of something that should only take 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. YouTube beat Netflix as a streamer with the most U.S. TV time in early 2023 because it's a free service. You can just hop on your television and go, you can type in, I don't know, what do people type in on YouTube? Because I have my set subscriptions and I'm done. I don't need to subscribe to anything else. But you can go to Letterman's YouTube page, I guess, and just press play and let things run. And get suggested videos, and maybe a suggested video will be something from CNET, or Reuters, or Good Mythical More, NBA on TNT, or music videos from Vampire Weekend. I think it's because I subscribed to SNL, and they were on SNL last week, this past Mother's Day episode. Because I've heard Vampire Weekend, let me tell you that. But I blame SiriusXM for that. Now, similarly, YouTube is dominating, and thanks in part to ads. This also comes from Wall Street Journal, written by Suzanne Veronica. How television advertising lost its relevance. Brands are now going to the likes of Facebook and TikTok and YouTube for the reach mostly to Gen Z people because they're not watching enough television. Because apparently, this also comes from Wall Street Journal, written by David Marcellus. This is linked inside that how television advertising lost revenue thing. Television accounts for less than half of U.S. viewing time for the first time. That was in 2023. That's thanks to things like cable going away, streaming allowing, well, not going away, cable residing, cable going back, cable reversing, and a lot of people leaving the world of cable, and the allowance for streaming TV to help you watch whatever you want, whenever you want. And then also, I mean, you know, there's so many distractions in this world. There's going actually to a concert. There's listening to podcasts. I don't know if people do books anymore, but I do. I'm almost done with Death's End, the last of 3 Body Problem trilogy. It's real. I'm almost done, and it's so hard to finish a book for me. Just like I can start one, I can get to the middle, and it's that last roller coaster of ending. Because at that point, I'm like, all right, hurry up, wrap it up. We're done. The aliens. I'm not going to ruin the rest of that story, but the aliens, blah blah blah, Earth, blah blah blah. There are no shows that are as big as shows like Friends and Seinfeld once were, according to Jonathan Halvorsen, Mondelez's global senior vice president for consumer experience. Now there is advertising on streamers. You can get an ad-supported Netflix and Disney Plus and Max and Peacock. And Paramount Plus. And then there's also Roku, which has a free streaming platform, and Amazon has a free streaming platform as well as ads on their regular platform. And what's the other one? Tubi and Pluto. Now you can watch ads on those, but again, not enough people are watching to justify ad buyers to want to, or advertise their Oreo product on there, Nabisco, right? To promote its new Oreo Space Dunk, Mondelez turned to social media sites such as Instagram and TikTok. It also relied heavily on ads that appear where people already are in a shopping mood, the websites of large retailers, including Amazon and Walmart. Streaming is not the be-all, end-all when it comes for ads anymore. What's important is with streaming TV, a lot of people can just say, and you'll see this, if you ever, speaking of Reddit, I spoke of Reddit earlier, going way back, I guess. It's if you go on Reddit and you there's someone posts about like ads or streaming or something like that, and there's always those people like, I haven't seen an ad in 10 years because I don't watch them or anything, or whatever. Like, because I don't subscribe to this and I only subscribe to this and blah blah blah. They want to all this posturing, and hyperbolized speech. But it is possible to subscribe to YouTube without ads, and to only watch Netflix without ads, and Disney Plus and Max, all the streaming services without ads, and to have an ad blocker on and never ever see an ad in your entire life. I guess if that's a goal for you. But if you watch live sports, you'll see ads all the time. Wrestling, basketball, football, hockey. Thank Christ for Multiview on YouTube TV. First of all, I wish it would apply to every channel. I wish you could start your own multi-views. You should be able to make your own playlist. This is what I think about all the time. I watch a lot of news in the morning, and sometimes there's there's 2 golf things going on or 2 basketball games or whatever. Multiview only works for sports, and you can like watch. Last night I was watching a basketball game and a hockey game. I should be able to, in the morning, watch CBS Mornings, have a quad view of CBS Mornings and CNN and Today's Show and Morning Joe or Squawk Box, whatever I want. I should be able to bounce around between those and either click the little remote while I'm riding the bike because I'm trying to do all this stuff at once. It's ridiculous. But sports are a huge factor when it comes to things like the upfronts, which are happening this week, the television upfronts, where networks like, excuse me, not networks, where companies like NBC Universal vie and make their case to advertisers like Nabisco, like Nike, like Apple to buy ads on their platforms. NBC Universal can go, hey, we've got we moved Law and Order Organized Crime to Peacock. But we have 2 Law and Order shows coming back this Thursday this fall on Thursdays. We've got a whole night of Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Chicago Med. I think that one's still going. Not Chicago Law. I believe that one was canceled. But we have all this. We've got game shows. We got this. We got that, and we've got Sunday night football and Thursday night. No, they don't have Thursday night football. We got Sunday night football, and we have the politics, the Olympics. The Olympics coming this summer. This is why you should buy ad time during this time, and it's going to be great, and you should do it. And every single company does it. Disney does it. Warner does it. Fox does it. The company that owns the CW does it. And it's not just for broadcast. It's also for cable, and now it's also for streaming. But again, not everybody is watching ads on streaming. And so this is why sports are so important. This is why it took forever for ESPN to become its own streaming service. And it's why, with Max, they've been able to introduce HBO Max. They've been able to introduce the Bleacher Report Sports and even CNN Max, because that's where you can watch live sports, live news without having a cable subscription. And you're still going to be seeing ads. You're going to be showing these people these ads. Live sports accounted for 96 of the 100 most watched broadcasts last year. That's according to Nielsen. That's things like the Super Bowl, college football, men's basketball. Other live things that accounted for the most 100 watched things included the Oscars, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Sports are important. And this is why it's so important for, when WWE says we're moving from USA over to Netflix, or Peacock over to Netflix, rather. That's a huge deal. Or when Netflix is jumping into live stand-up shows. Oh, hold on. They don't do ads during that. Never mind. They don't do ads during those. Apparently, the streaming landscape is too fragmented, which is true. Every major streaming service has an ad-supported tier. But many of them have promised to limit the commercial interruptions on their services. Peacock gives at most a minute, I believe. But also, if you're watching a movie, like I watched Migration, and I got like 2 minutes of ads before the movie started. But I do get Dolby Vision free on Peacock, which is insane when you think about, Netflix charging that much for Dolby, charging $23 a month for Dolby Vision. That's why I have to justify watching Netflix all the time. It's insane. Not Netflixing. It's not a verb. There's an estimation that commercials take up about 4 minutes per hour on some premium streaming platforms compared to the 14 minutes for some TV networks. One of the few live things that I still watch, because I record a lot of stuff on YouTube TV. That includes like late night and, award shows or whatever. And then also there's a lot of stuff that you just can't watch on streaming. That's not available on streaming. So some, like the Producers, I know the Producers, the original was on Turner Classic Movies, and if you watch Turner Classic Movies, they only air things once every like 6 months. So On the Waterfront and the Producers are definitely on my list. Sometimes movies like Young Guns. Young Guns was airing on FX, not FX. It doesn't matter what it was airing on. It was on Paramount Plus, Paramount Network. It was airing on Paramount Network, and I couldn't find the stream for it, or I couldn't find it streaming rather. And I said, I want to rewatch that movie. You know what I did? With commercials, and it sucked. You fast forward every 7 minutes. But in particular, I watch, also SNL. But because just in case someone curses, I think that's very funny. I want to see a live version of that. But also things like The Simpsons and Family Guy. I watch those live, and more importantly, The Simpsons. I watch The Simpsons live, and I use that time during the commercial break to get up, go do something else for however much time. Only 10% of Netflix's subscribers in the U.S., about 7.5 million, paid for the ad-supported version of the platform in the first quarter. The streaming platform with the biggest advertising reach is currently Amazon's Prime Video, because it defaulted its entire user base to the ad-supported version, and now you have to pay $3. There's a TikTok in here that they included, and I can't look at it because it is pissing me off. It's a woman eating a piece of some food, some cake, and it genuinely has made me angry. Finally, we're at a turning point when it comes to ad platforms. I think it's raining outside. They're expected to overtake traditional TV next year. And you were going to see companies just kind of pull back. Microsoft significantly pulled back from traditional TV advertising last year, partly because the tech giant was seeking to save money to fund its expansion in generative AI, all that stuff. But again, companies are going to start pulling back and start paying for ads in different ways. Anyway, we are seeing a change, a shift when it comes to how companies are advertising to us. And now it's mostly going to be online. We're going to see a lot of, OpenAI just introduced a new version of ChatGPT, which is, I think, going into alpha soon. And then it'll be rolling out in the summertime to the rest of the world, to the rest of the users rather, free and paid. That new tool is able to the new model, of ChatGPT 4, I believe, is able to speak and use your camera to see, and you can have a conversation with it and answer questions with voice. At some point with all this AI generation stuff and generative AI and all these tools and software with TikTok and Reels and Instagram and I know Reels and Instagram are the same thing, but we're just going to see a lot more ads. We're going to prepare to be bombarded more. And if you don't want to see them, it's too bad, because either you're going to have to pay for them or you have to live with them. And that's all there's going to be. So whether you watch YouTube or whether you watch Netflix or whether you watch regular broadcast television or cable television, or if you don't watch TV at all and you're on TikTok, you're going to see a lot more stuff being shoved in your face. And that's all I have to say about that. Listen, if you like what you heard here, head to the website cpluscomedy.com, where I talk to your favorite people in the entertainment industry. Let's see who I've talked to in the past couple of weeks. Daniel Van Kirk, Sarah Hester Roth, Richard Savart, Sierra Cato, the cast of Night Court. I forgot how to say the words. Night Court. Jesse David Fox, Eddie Schmidt, Caitlin Palufo, Rob Hayes. I've talked to Ashley Ray. I've talked to so many people. And it's time for you to join in on the fun. If you want to see a video version of those interviews or listen to them, video version on youtube.com/cpluscomedy. You can listen to them under the Constitutionals feed on wherever you get your podcasts. You can also listen to the Constitutionals wherever you get your podcasts. You can also listen to the other show, Late Night Lately, which is the Late Night Show, wherever you get your podcasts. You can watch every video ever I put up, even of those podcasts, on youtube.com/cpluscomedy. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, @cpluscomedy, and @ChadBlackWhite. Thank you so much. Bye.